So I recently read a statistic that said 1 out of 3 Americans have a valid US passport, and nearly 40% will never leave the country in their lifetime. So I'm in the best city in America, Tampa, Florida, and I'm asking Americans, why don't many of us travel abroad? So let's start interviewing some people. My first question for you is, why don't you think Americans travel abroad as much as other places?
I think that a lot of Americans don't travel because it's not that I don't think they don't feel safe, but I don't think they feel comfortable being outside of an element that they are unfamiliar with.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe it's the cost of travel when you travel abroad, like how much it costs to even go.
Yeah.
And then now I've heard, like on the news just this morning, that passports are taking forever to get approved. Mm-hmm. So that might be an issue as well.
Because Americans are not bilingual, it's difficult to conceive of going someplace you can't speak the language, and very few people get out of even their own state. It's not even they travel very much in the United States. I think secondly, there are great things to see in the United States. The reason my mom said she never wanted to go abroad is because I haven't even seen the Grand Canyon. Why would I go abroad?
Yeah.
I have a passport, and I've in the last 10 years I've been abroad once.
I've been abroad a lot, and I wish more people would.
Maybe because they're scared to. A lot of times, like, the media paints other countries to be kind of scary, and like that there's like unexpected stuff going on that they can't anticipate, or maybe like language barriers. That would be my guess.
Oddly enough, I was having this conversation with my dad this weekend, and
nice.
We were talking about travel. My oldest son, is going to graduate from college this year, and I was telling him I wanted to take them to Ireland. Their father's Irish. My dad said, "Do you know that I don't have a passport?" He's over 80 years old and he doesn't have a passport.
Yeah.
His only traveling he's ever done is when he was in the Army. He was a business owner after he got out of the Army, and he said, if I don't work, I don't get paid. We lived in Tampa, so we just went to Disney World or the beach for our vacation. So probably especially solopreneurs, that people that are just trying to support their family, don't have the time, because if you're not working, you don't make money, so 100%. You can't support your family.
My second question for you is, have you traveled abroad? And if you have, where's your favorite place that you've been?
Yes, I have traveled abroad. Italy is by far my favorite, yes.
Well, what about Italy did you enjoy? I hear the wine tours are amazing.
The food, the wine, and I'm not even a wine drinker, but the wine was great. The climate, the atmosphere, it's just so different from America, and it's the fact that, it's such an old, Rome was my favorite. It's such an old town, and seeing all the ruins and everything, and how it's been preserved, it was awesome.
My dream destination is Africa.
Africa.
Yes, I want to go there. I want to be there because that's my culture. So that's where I want to go.
For sure.
Learn a little bit more about it.
For sure. Do you have a country in Africa you like to go to?
Kenya.
Kenya.
Well, my favorite place to visit, actually, because it was the most learning, was Russia. To really understand that people are different. Lots of people like to think, we're just the same. We all put our pants on the same way. Cultures are very, very different and value very different things, and Russia probably taught me that most vividly. But in terms of favorite place just to go because it's so incredible, is Paris. I mean, it's just, and the whole Normandy coast. Not only just the history of the battles, but the food. Oh my gosh! And Japan. Japan has great food. And Thailand. And Thailand.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have traveled overseas a few times. I would say Ireland felt the most like home, but Italy was probably my favorite that I've been to.
What was it about Italy and Ireland that was your favorite?
Definitely the food and the culture of Italy. It reminds me a lot of my family. And then Ireland just felt like safe. There was like a lot of fun stuff to do there, and the people were just always a lot of fun.
My favorite destination happens to be Key West, which is right here down the road.
Oh yeah.
But my dream vacation is the wine country in Italy.
In Italy.
Yes.
Nice.
I want to taste all the wines in Italy.
And my last question for you is, what have you learned most from traveling? Whether it's about yourself or anything, traveling the world, what have you learned most?
I think people are the same all over. I think there are good people in different countries. We may have an idea of a country we don't want to travel to because of what we've heard on the news or something, and I've gone to some of those countries, and those people they're just like us. They speak a different language and their culture's different, but they're good people.
I would most definitely learn my culture a little bit more because, like I said, my destination is Africa. I want to learn the culture of the people. I want to know more about my ancestors. And if I were to travel anywhere else, I think I would learn more about their culture because I'm open to all of that.
Well, I think Americans are isolated. I mean, we have a lot of differences in America, which is great, but we're also isolated that we tend to pick our own scabs instead of getting out there to see there are so many people that need help. My mom, again, used to say, why would I help somebody in Africa if somebody's hungry here in the United States? Well, just the scale of their problems are so huge. So I think just get out of the isolationist and understand more of that we're part of a global community.
It's not as bad as people make it out to be. The airports are probably the scariest part, just because like trying to figure out where you're going. But other than that, it's just really cool to immerse yourself in different cultures and see kind of what's going on, but also that we travel to other countries to experience stuff, but we can experience just as much here as well because we have just as much cool stuff going on in the U.S., so you can do it anywhere type thing.
People, mostly. I don't think that, when I travel, I'm not expecting to be staying in 5-star accommodations. I'm expecting to stay where I can afford and doing things that I can afford. A lot of times, probably the 5-star accommodations are for tourists, and if I tour someplace, I want to see what it's really like.
That wraps up the video. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone who participated in the video. It was a pleasure to meet everybody. If you have any comments or any thoughts about why Americans don't travel abroad, wherever you're from in the world, drop that in the comment section as well. I'd love to hear your opinions. Like I said, I only got 5 or 6 opinions, so everyone that watches the video, let me know why you think the reason is as well. And hopefully this also inspires some Americans to travel the world more. We got beautiful people all over the world, and I love it. So we'll see you next Sunday, every Sunday at 10 a.m., baby. Solo Missions TV. Thank you. See you later.